before we start this lesson, I just want to do some background stuff for you here. Okay, so this is just watch. Okay. If I have a two-dimensional shape like a rectangle, okay, let's say the sides are 10 by 3 centimeters. Okay. Anybody know what the area of that rectangle is? What would the area be? Do you know how to do area of rectangle? Length times width. Does that make sense? Do you remember something like that? So this area is 30. Okay, let's say we did a scale factor of 2. Okay, which means I'm doubling this shape. So now, I blew it up, I doubled it. This side is going to be 20 centimeters long, and this is going to be 6. Does that make sense? I doubled each side. What's this area? So 20 times 6 is 120 for an area. Okay, now this is what we're going to do today. The scale factor of the sides was 2, but this area is not twice as big. Okay, this is 4 times as big. Okay, so the area, you have to take the scale factor and square it. Does that make sense? Square it. Okay, because area is always squared. Okay. Now, what if I did this to you, and I told you the area was 120 and the area was 30? Okay? So now this is working backwards. The scale factor for this area is 4. So how do I know what the scale factor on the sides is? This time I'm going to have to, what's the backwards maneuver of squaring something? I'm going to square root it. So the sides are going to have a scale factor of 2. Okay? Okay, let's try now 3-dimensional. So do you know what I mean, a 3-dimensional? Like a dice is a 3-dimensional object. So instead of having area, what do you have when you have a 3-dimension? This would be a volume. Okay, so let's say each side is 2. Okay, so 2 times 2 times 2 has a volume of 8. Okay, let's say I do a scale factor of 3. So I'm blowing this thing up. So now my sides are 6 by 6 by 6, right? What's the volume? So 6 times 6 times 6 is what you would be doing. So that's 216. Okay, so how did my volume change? It went from 8 to 216. That is definitely not tripled. Okay, my sides were tripled. So I'm going to go 216 divided by 8. So the volume scale factor is 27. So the sides tripled, but the volume blew up 27 times bigger. So what's the relationship between this? This is the scale factor cubed. Okay, area, we took the scale factor and we squared it. So for volume, you're going to have it cubed. So then I might give you this problem working backwards. So I might tell you the volume equals 216. And here I might say the volume equals 8. And then I might ask you, what are the sides changing by? Okay, so I'm going to go 216 divided by 8, which makes 27. Okay, but this is volume, so how do I work backwards with volume? I cubed root it. Okay, cubing. So this was I cubed, and now to work backwards I have to cubed root it. Do we know where this button is on our calculator? Can you get your calculator out? So I have a button on mine that looks like this, the any root. So for me, I'm pushing 3 second function any root. So this is like cubed root of 27. And it should give you 3.